Yeah. I was not that upset with JR, if that's the question you're asking.
That is surprising.
So I drank more when he won with the Lakers.
Yeah. Okay, that's...
Yep.
Our impromptu cameraman is struggling a little bit over there.
I'm trying to get Matt's air. Start the clocks.
I am your host and depressed Mahomes fan, Adam Bakr. That is not Zach Sardenik, that's Luke Sloan doing the honors of the opening line. And we are joined by Trent Balley.
What's up?
Hey. Been trying to get this one together for a few weeks. I'm excited, we're finally here. We're ready.
Good things come to those who wait.
Hey.
Yeah.
This episode will just prove that true. Before we get to the questions, you also have a nice decorated history with your time at Impact here.
Oh, thank you. 4 years will do that to you.
Hey.
Yeah.
You are the sports editor.
Mm-hmm.
Men's basketball beat reporter. Impact is Zone host.
Green and White Report.
Green and White Report
yes,
host. Motown Rundown host.
Yes.
And
that's it.
The last ever Detroit sports columnist.
Well, that was like a fake. That was like when Dwight Schrute's assistant to the regional manager. That was I just got like a fake title my freshman year because Ryan Cole was like, "Hey, you just write about Detroit sports." Because
that
I'm like, okay, cool.
That turned into Motown Rundown host.
Yes, partially.
Hey, there we go.
Yeah.
This one's important. We got to start right away. And I don't know if you're going to be a little hesitant to answer with one of your fellow beat reporters here.
Oh boy.
But 3v3 men's basketball. Who's winning? You, the current beat, you, Brendan Shabeth, Luke Sloan, or 2 years ago's beat, you, Natalie Kerwin, Julian Mitchell?
Man. Okay, so here's the thing. Julian is lightning quick. Like the fastest guy I've ever seen on the court.
This. One time at IM East, I planted him on a screen. So I got into him a little bit. That factor in.
I'd probably got to go with. I got to go. Brendan has that Detroit toughness. He's UD Jesuit. I'd probably have to go with that three, but it's no disrespect.
Current
no disrespect
three?
at all to the Big Trust. Oh. Yeah, I'd go with the current three.
Okay, because you're guarding yourself. What are the other two matchups, though?
I'm guarding myself, and we're both going to get flagrant twos by about the 10-minute mark, and then it's just done. But Natalie and Julian and I would win like a football game. Because Natalie is going to kick some ass. I mean, that's just what she's going to do. So but basketball, yes, I got the current beat.
Who gets the Brendan assignment? Julian or Natalie?
Well, that's the thing. I'd probably take them. I'd have to take them. I'd put Julian on me.
And then Natalie and Sloan.
Natalie and Sloan.
What's the
sparks flying?
It's gonna be. That's like. I'm trying to think of a classic matchup. That's going to be like
89 Bulls, 89 Pistons.
Yeah. It's going to be like Michael Jordan being guarded by
Gary Payton.
Yeah,
something like that. I don't know, something like that. That's a good question. Wow.
But I guess not on a more serious note, but actual analysis. Do you think they could have made a deep run just having a different player go off every game? You got Hauser first game. It would have been Gabe Brown if you beat Duke.
Well, that was
Christie
the problem.
would have had a game in him.
That was the problem all year was this team never really had a star. They just kind of played as a team. And the problem is stars win in March. I know people always want to say coaches. People always want to say seniority. But, at the end of the day, it's who has the best player on the court probably wins 8 times out of 10 in March Madness because you just have that guy dump it down to whatever. So that's what you literally saw with Paolo Banchero at the end of that game. So I would say they could have made a run, sure. But, you obviously had to get past Duke, and you weren't able to do that because they had the best player on the court.
So you're more than a sports journalist.
Yeah.
You're also in a band, Balley Brothers.
Yeah, low key. Yeah.
What's the songwriting process? And you're a guitarist.
I play bass.
You play bass.
I play bass. It is a beautiful instrument. I love it very much. Miles, my brother, he writes all the music. It's all his. So that's why the band is just Miles Balley. But I play bass for him.
Miles Balley and
I contribute little things. If he watches this, he's gonna refute this. But I contribute little stuff I'll say, hey, that lyric doesn't sound good, tweak it, and then I throw something in there, and he's like, yeah, that's a good idea. And then when I try to take credit for it, he'll, say, you did nothing, and whatever. But, hey, I bite my tongue. Loose lips sink ships, man. We run a tight ship. But, yeah, that's all. This is nothing.
If you weren't a LeBron fan, would you drink Henny?
The thing is I already do. I already did when. Okay. Now I'm starting to now I'm starting to date myself.
Let's restart.
No, Hennessy.
LeBron's NBA career definitely started before you were drinking one.
Yes, it did. Hennessy is actually one of my favorites, and I actually mean that. If you ever went to my apartment at Skyview with my roommate George, shout out. We had big bottles of Hennessy lined up.
It's a trophy case
in the kitchen. It is a trophy case because it is not cheap. and
Gotta keep
it's
it.
an accomplishment to drink Henny. So we have fun with that. But you know, that was kind of like a treat. And then as I've become more and more financially irresponsible, it has become more. I don't drink it as much anymore.
Okay.
I'm more of a cheap whiskey kind of guy.
Ah, you abandoned
Which-
ship.
Is not good for the liver, but it's good for my.
Bank
It's good
account.
for my Fridays and Saturdays.
You
How's that?
get what you pay for.
You do get what you pay for, absolutely.
Yeah, but I think also, you know,
Gums up the works.
you get what you pay for, but if the job is done, then the job is done. So
Speaking of LeBron, though, now on to his actual basketball career.
Okay.
He's obviously your GOAT.
Yes, by far.
What's the favorite memory you're going down with as of now?
My favorite memory of LeBron.
Stanley Johnson hurting him in the 2016 playoffs.
Gosh.
Sammy Johnson's one day of an NBA career.
He's the LeBron stopper. Now he's with teammates with him.
His first and last time trending on Twitter.
My favorite memory of LeBron. I mean, I don't want to say the block because that's cliche, but I was in New York City. I was in Times Square when that happened. So that was that. I mean, that's the obvious answer. But I will go to a different one. I think this is going to sound so crazy, but the 2018 year when Kyrie left and it was just all about, you know, LeBron has all these, you know, scrubs. And I love Tristan Thompson. I love J.R. Smith, all those guys. But, like, come on, right? Like, the finals graphic they put up is KD, Steph, Clay, and then it's LeBron, Kyle Korver, and J.R. Smith. And it's like, okay. So I would say the first round of that playoff run when they had the Pacers, and I think this was Game 5 to take
You got
3-2 lead.
You got it.
3-2 lead.
Yeah.
And LeBron hit a 3 at the buzzer after blocking Victor Oladipo, even though it was goaltending.
Hey, it was below the rim.
Yeah, it was below the rim. So yeah, that was just awesome. Yeah, fading away, catch and shoot.
Very similar to the Orlando one. Is like
Yes, against Stan Van. So I know Michael remembers this, but yeah, that was awesome because I was watching it with my dad, just going crazy. And that year, like the whole vibe was just, it was LeBron against the world, and I loved it because I knew they weren't going to win the title, but I just loved watching him drop 40 in every playoff game.
Well, you know, usually we'd hand it over to Zach for a question, but we got
Oh.
Sloan, one of your
I
fellow
got
beat
one.
reporters. You got a little curveball for us.
I just saw a great question on Twitter that I'm going to quiz you on. I think it was Doug Gottlieb that posted it.
So it's a quiz.
Yeah. No, it's not.
It's a trivia question?
Yeah.
Okay.
If I can find his Twitter handle. David Lee Roth or Sammy Van Halen?
Oh, Sammy. And this is a hot take by me because
This is getting a
Everyone-
lot of traction
yes.
on Twitter.
David Lee Roth, Diamond Dave, made Van Halen what it is, or he helped make Van Halen what it is, and he got too big for his britches and he wanted to go be solo, right? So then they bring in Sammy Hagar, who already had a great solo career of his own. I Can't Drive 55. And I just loved 5150 with Sammy Hagar came out in 1986. I wasn't there for it. I'm not acting like I remember when
I
this
was
happened.
there for
but
the release.
that was their first album with Sammy, and it's still their only #1 album. So the numbers speak for themselves. The Billboard speaks for itself. Sammy Hagar with Van Halen might not be as heavy or crazy, but Sammy Hagar is just a much better singer. And I, as like a music guy, I just can appreciate that a lot more. So I gotta go with Sammy. That is a great question, though.
Yeah, Twitter.
Like I think a lot of old heads would kill me for that.
Yeah, I know. Twitter, the old heads are definitely speaking up on Twitter.
Yeah.
And not in your favor. But
Yeah.
that's all right.
No, yeah, I think
That's
if
a
you
very
poll
good
people, it's
question.
probably
Yeah.
70-30 for Diamond Dave. But
Yeah, that's a great question.
I'm in the minority.
I don't
as
have a huge
often am.
huge stake in this, but I agree. with you, Trent.
Full carnal knowledge.
Yeah, I have
Yeah.
0.
Yeah.
I was
I had to say that though because I was like I'm gonna butt in with this because
See, that's
this will
perfect
be-
because that's not. I couldn't offer that kind of question.
No, that's
just
a
what
great-
Sloan. That's what Sloan brings to
I
the
wanted
table.
to kind of
But was there any cinematical value in The Office after Michael Scott left?
Not much. I have watched them, obviously. I think they're funny. Like, I think Nelly is funny. There's some good characters that came from that, but definitely not. I mean, Michael Scott is the funniest. I mean, Michael Scott is like the source of 90% of my jokes or like one-liners or just all that. I just repeat stuff he said.
Hey,
Or-
creative inspiration.
Yeah, yeah, right. So I love that. So I love
Okay.
Michael Scott. Yeah.
okay. This is
Hey, that's for another day. But that's our episode. Thank you and our fill-in co-host.
Yes, thanks
Sloan.
everybody.
Zach Sardanic is way better at this than me.
Hey,
He'll
Sloan.
be back next time.
Sloan, you held it down.
I appreciate
All that's
it.
left. Can you hit the bullseye?
Are we still doing that?
Of course,
yeah,
we're still
I'll
doing
try.
that.
I'll try. It's a crunch time deal.
It's
Is
a crunch time
Is there a
staple.
free throw line? Like, can I cross or am I?
Hey,
just...
you can.
Offsides.
Don't lean.
Close.
Hey, you hit the phone.
I hit the apple. Episode 2 guy. Really, really hot take. Episode 2 is my number 3. I love the whole side plot of Obi-Wan with Jango Fett and all that kind of stuff.
No, the crowd does not like.
No, the
your
crowd
answer
hates
there.
that.
That's the
Stern-
worst one.
I know. I'm
We
aware.
got someone ruffling his hair, thumbs down. Stearns is biting his lip.
I don't care.
Stearns doesn't give a shit. You know.